Hey there, friends. Happy Monday to you. I hope that you had a pleasant weekend and are looking forward to a rockin' new week. I like Mondays because that's a clean slate, and the week is full of possibilities, friends. Just absolutely full of possibilities. So make the best of today and make the best of this upcoming week. I have a new sewing ephemera pack to go in the Etsy store today, and I wanted to take you through these. Of course, as with most grab bag type packs, everything in the pack will be in the pack, but it will be different things. I know you guys know how this works, but I always feel like I need to just remind you guys that it will be different things in different packs. Let's take a look at this fun vintage ephemera we have here. This is from the collection of Sarah's Auntie, and her name was Mrs. Atkins, and she was a crafts lady. When I walked into her house after her passing, it was chock full, you guys, of paint and paintbrushes and palettes and fabric and yarn, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. And not only did Auntie love to create things, she also loved to cook. Her kitchen was just magnificent. For a woman of 80, she had this beautiful modern kitchen. Anyway, so that kind of gives you a sense of Auntie Atkins. This, we're going to start off here with a 1965 Jack Frost Quick Knits 4-page spread here. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages here. And it is absolutely exquisite. I love the backgrounds on this. This is black and white imagery. It does have a tiny bit of damage right here, but it looks almost like a coffee stain. You can't really even tell it's there, but to me that just kind of enhances it, doesn't it? Auntie Atkins was planning on making this maybe for her daughter, and she just accidentally had a little spill with her coffee. I like to see things like that because to me it just adds to the story. So, 1965 Jack Frost Quick Knits book. So that is one item that we have here. This is the 1952 Coates & Clark Learn How to book. So we have how to work with edging, how to use reversing in your work, using a ball thread and a shuttle. These are instructions to make a placemat and a napkin. Look at that placemat. That is incredible. Look at that. It's just absolutely beautiful. You can see the caring that that seamstresses always took in their work. Of course, this is a 4-page spread as well. 1, 2. This is a collar and cuff set here. Popular stitches. The shell stitch. This is a shell envelope bag right here. This is remarkable. This is a bedspread. This is called a popcorn stitch. Popcorn and cluster bedspread. So 1952 Coates & Clark Learn How book, and some of these you'll notice you might get one that has marginalia, which is she has written in the margins of some of these magazines, you guys. 1969 Hand Knits for Young Moderns. Now that's a young modern, isn't it? Look at that dress. It is absolutely beautiful. I would zoom out, you guys, but my camera's acting a little weird, and when I zoom out, it's not as clear. So I'm kind of moving things back and forth. Ooh, I hope that's not making anybody dizzy. I love her hairstyle. I love the belt. Again, a 4-page spread from the 1969 Hand Knits for Young Moderns. 1970 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 Very, very pretty, you guys. Photographed at the University of Mexico. I really like the way that a lot of these books have the photography credited, you know, like where they were when they took these photographs. So 1969 hand knits for young moderns. This is 1968 college knits for men and women. And I totally think that I had a pair of pants like that. When I look at things like this, it kind of reminds me of the way that my mom looked, with her beautiful hair, her beautiful earrings, you know, wearing a scarf. She looked so snazzy and beautiful. Again, another 4-page spread from the 1968 college knits for men and women. I know I had one of these. A little dickie right there. I definitely remember wearing dickies to school. It's a lovely, lovely 4-page spread from 1968 college knits for men and women. This is the 1971 Coates and Clark, The Sweater Story. And the illustrations are amazing. I also love this. I like order forms. Does anybody else really like order forms? we don't see things like this, you know, very often anymore, and I just think they're just intriguing. They, you know, they're a look at history. This offer expired December the 31st, 1973. A special offer, needlework library binders. Wouldn't you like to find some of those? And this is another page. I wanted you to have the illustrations of the models here. So this one does have a couple of pages from the 1971 Coates and Clark, The Sweater Story. 1960 Singer Student's Manual of Straight Stitch. There is something, I want to make copies of this, and I want to color it. I want to put it in my journals. I love everything about this. I love her chair. I love her ponytail. I love her placid expression as she's working on the sewing machine. You have to remember, sewing machines came into being like in 1851. So, you know, it was probably many years before everyone could afford a sewing machine. And a sewing machine and sewing were very, very essential. A lot of people did not live in cities, and it was essential that they made their own clothing. Very intriguing concept to me. My mom made my clothes, and my grandma made her clothes, and I did not make my children's clothes. But to me, it's like it's intriguing. It's mysterious. You know, you take this piece of fabric and boom, you've got a dress made out of it. To me, I mean, you guys that sew, I tell you something. You are magicians, my friends. Absolute magicians. Okay, so 1960 Singer Student's Manual of Straight Stitch. This is the 1961 Singer Instruction Manual for Model 500. This is 1961. These pages are in remarkably wonderful shape, my friends. So beautiful. I think this is something to do with the foot of the sewing machine. I think I do kind of, sort of know what that is. I have a sewing machine downstairs that I gleaned from a house cleaning that I'm very anxious to I think I'll delve into that in the fall when it starts getting a little nip in the air. That would be a good project. This is, I love this. Look at the kid there. Sewing Ephemera, McCall's Make It book from 1953. I find this intriguing and wonderful because nobody's sitting in front of a TV and nobody has a cell phone in their hand. They are braiding a mat. And these are the instructions about braiding the mat. Don't throw away your old socks. You can make a very pretty mat with the mat for under your mother's table lamp with them. To braid this mat, cut the good parts of socks crosswise into 1-inch slices. And then it goes on to show you how to make the chain and how to braid the chain and how to make it into a circle to form the mat that will go under Mother's table lamp. I just really find that intriguing. Here are instructions to make a yarn purse. Beautiful illustrations down here. I also, you guys, have made copies of the sweater story from 1971. Now, these are color copies, but I thought maybe you can see where they're folded right here. You can see where the staples were in these books, but maybe it might, you know, you could fold it, you guys, and make a nice little booklet using some of the things from your sewing and fashion ephemera grab bag. Also, I'm including a package of pattern papers. This one has pattern papers. Some of them have like the actual instructions. This is a nice thick bunch of pattern paper, friends, and it's also beautifully illustrated on the front. I think that illustration is wonderful. These are little jackets. Some of them have different sorts of ephemera. Some of them have catalog ephemera. Some have instructional, those big sheets of instructions that go along with patterns and things like that. But like I said, you know, everything, you get all these pieces, they're just different pieces. And with each grab bag, I'm also including a swatch of fabric. Let's take this out so we can look at it. I'm including a swatch of fabric. That is sewing related. Now, it's not going to be this swatch. It is from this bolt of fabric. So you can see some old sewing ephemera right here, some scissors right here, and 4 buttons from my antique button jar. This is awesome because people send me their buttons and I'm like, I love buttons. I can't even explain it. This is, and every kit will have the fabric, the buttons, and a swatch. Auntie was making something out of this Paragon multi-purpose 3-ply Persian yarn. Fast colors, 100% virgin wool, moth-proofed, made in England by Paralusta for all needlepoint rugs and creative stitchery. And she kind of did some swatching with this yarn, and this is her. You can see how yellowed the paper is, friends, and this is her handwriting right here. As she was swatching, she was writing out each color and the number of each color. So with each kit, you're going to also get this little package of Auntie Atkins Love. Let's just call it that. Auntie Atkins Love. These kits are going in the shop for $25. I'm thinking, you guys, the postage, I'm going to mark the postage as $4. Sometimes it's $3.75. Sometimes it's $4.75. It just depends on where it's sent. These will go first class mail, so I do have to determine a postage amount for them. Let's just go ahead and say $4. And I'm shipping them in flat 9x12 envelopes. And I hope that you guys love them as much as I loved putting them together for you. It was a timeline of fashion. I even saw some things that I used to wear, and I know that you guys will see things that you used to wear too. And honestly, friends, I mean, I've been seeing stuff that I wore when I was 16 on 20-year-old girls. It's like all my clothes have come back in fashion. Too bad I did not keep one stitch of it. Okay, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful Monday. I hope you find, I know how creative all of you are and how you're going to take this package and just make it your own. Thanks for listening, guys. I will talk to you soon. Take care of yourselves. Have a happy, happy Monday. Bye.